Hello there. Welcome back to Clarity English Studio. It is fantastic to have you here with us today. I'm Tom.
And I'm Sarah. Welcome, everyone. This is the channel where we take real-world topics and break them down to help you speak English naturally and confidently. If you find our lessons helpful, please do us a huge favor, hit that like button and subscribe to Clarity English Studio.
Yes, subscribing really helps us grow the community. Thank you. Now, Sarah, we have a very practical topic today. It's something that literally every adult in the world deals with.
That's right. Today we are talking about the daily grind. We're going to discuss our workdays, our daily routines, and the specific vocabulary you need to describe your job.
We'll be sharing what we do from the moment we wake up until we clock out. We'll talk about our colleagues, our tasks, and even the boring parts of the day.
Because, let's be honest, not every part of the workday is exciting. But before we dive into work, Tom, how are you doing today? You look awake.
I am awake, but only thanks to caffeine. Honestly, I'm a little exhausted.
Oh no, why are you so tired? Did you have a late night?
Not exactly. My neighbor decided that 5 a.m. was the perfect time to start practicing the trumpet.
The trumpet? At 5 a.m.? You are joking.
I wish I was joking. It wasn't even a song. It just sounded like an angry elephant. It was a terrible way to wake up.
That sounds like a nightmare. My morning was the complete opposite. My cat, Luna, just curled up on my feet and we slept until the alarm went off. It was very peaceful.
I am very jealous of your peaceful morning. But anyway, let's shake off the tiredness and get to our topic, work. Sarah, why don't we start with the basics? What do you actually do for a living?
Well, as many of our listeners know, I am an English teacher. But my schedule is a bit different from a normal office job. My first class starts very early, at 8 a.m. sharp.
8 a.m. is quite early. Does that mean you are a morning person?
I've become a morning person. I wasn't always, but now I love it. I usually wake up around 6. I have a slow breakfast, drink some green tea, and organize my lesson plans before I leave the house. It feels very calm.
See, that sounds lovely. I am definitely not a morning person. I need at least 2 cups of strong black coffee before I can even speak in full sentences.
I think a lot of people are like you, Tom. So what is your job title exactly? You work in an office, right?
Yes, I have a classic corporate job. I am a client success manager.
Client Success Manager. That sounds very professional, but for our listeners, can you explain what that actually means in simple English?
Sure. Basically, my company sells software to other businesses. My job is to make sure those businesses are happy with the software. If they have a problem, they email me. If they don't know how to use a feature, they call me. I am the bridge between the customer and our company.
So, your day involves a lot of communication.
Exactly. I talk all day long. So, would you say you have a 9 to 5 job?
That's a great phrase, 9 to 5.
Yes, 9 to 5 refers to the standard working hours in many Western countries. You start at 9 in the morning and finish at 5 in the afternoon. And yes, that is exactly my schedule. It's very structured.
My schedule is a bit more flexible, but also more chaotic. I teach for a few hours, then I have a break, then I teach again. Let's walk through the day. You arrive at your school. What is the very first thing you do? The first thing I do is go to the staff room. That is the room where all the teachers hang out. I say hello to my colleagues.
Let's pause there. Colleague. That is a key vocabulary word today.
Yes, a colleague is someone you work with. You could say coworker, which is also fine, but colleague sounds a little more professional.
Right. So you chat with your colleagues. Do you talk about work?
Sometimes, but usually we just complain about the weather or talk about what we watched on TV last night. It's just small talk to wake up. What about you? What's the first thing you do at the office?
I sit down at my desk, I turn on my computer and I face the scariest thing in the world, my inbox.
Your email inbox? Is it that bad?
It's terrible. Usually, I have about 50 unread emails waiting for me from the night before.
Wow, 50 emails. That sounds stressful. How do you handle that?
I have to prioritize. That's a good verb. To prioritize means to decide what is most important and do that first. I look for the angry emails or the urgent ones and answer those immediately. The less important ones I save for later.
That is a smart strategy. Do you have morning meetings?
Yes, every day at 10 a.m., my team has a stand-up meeting.
A stand-up meeting? Do you actually stand up?
Yes, the idea is that if everyone is standing, nobody will want to talk for too long. It keeps the meeting short and fast, usually just 15 minutes. We say what we're working on and if we need help.
That is genius. At my school, our meetings are long. We sit down, we have coffee, and sometimes we talk for an hour about things that aren't very important. I wish we had stand-up meetings.
Long meetings are the enemy of productivity. So, after your meetings and classes, you must get hungry. Let's talk about lunch.
My favorite topic.
Do you bring a packed lunch or do you buy food?
I try to bring a packed lunch because it's healthier and cheaper. I usually make a big salad or some pasta the night before. I eat it in the staff room with the other teachers. What about you? Do you go to a restaurant?
I wish. Going to a restaurant takes too much time. I usually eat at the company cafeteria.
Is the food good?
It's edible. It's okay. Today I had a sandwich that was a little dry and an apple. It's not a fancy meal, it's just fuel to keep me going.
And do you take a real break or do you eat at your desk?
I admit it, sometimes I eat at my desk while typing emails. I know it's a bad habit.
Tom, you need a break. Your brain needs to rest.
I know, but sometimes the deadline is approaching and I have to keep working.
There is another great word, deadline.
Yes, a deadline is the time or date by which you must finish a task. If my boss says, I need this report by 2 p.m., then 2 p.m. is the deadline.
Deadlines can be very stressful. In teaching, my deadlines are usually for grading tests. If I have 100 exams to grade, I have to finish them before the next class.
That sounds like a lot of paper. Okay, so lunch is over. Now comes the hardest part of the day, the afternoon slump.
Oh, yes, that feeling around 2 or 3 p.m. where you just want to take a nap.
Exactly. Your energy drops, your eyes feel heavy. How do you fight the afternoon slump?
Since I'm a teacher, I can't fall asleep. I have 20 students staring at me. So I usually plan an active lesson for the afternoon. Maybe a game or group work where the students move around. If I move, I stay awake.
That's smart. Since I sit in a chair, I can't really run around the office. So I usually go to the break room and get another coffee.
More coffee? Tom, you're going to vibrate.
It's a survival tactic. Or I take a quick walk around the building just to get some fresh air.
Fresh air is the best cure. So you push through the afternoon, and finally it's 5 p.m. Freedom.
Yes, I shut down my computer, say have a good evening to my colleagues, and I run out the door. Now we have to talk about the commute.
The commute. This is the journey from your work back to your home. Is your commute long?
It's about 45 minutes. I take the subway. It's crowded, it's noisy, and it smells a bit funny, but it gives me time to listen to podcasts, like this one.
That's a good use of time. My commute is much better. I walk.
You walk?
Yes, I live about 15 minutes away from the school. It's a nice walk through a park. It helps me clear my head and forget about the stress of the day.
That sounds luxurious. I am very envious. So when you finally get home, do you check your work emails?
Absolutely not. That is my golden rule. When I leave school, work is finished.
I turn off my notifications, I change into my comfortable sweatpants, and I cook dinner.
That is a very healthy boundary. I try to do the same, but sometimes I sneak a look at my phone. I'm trying to be better at disconnecting.
It's important for your mental health. You need to recharge so you can be ready for the next day.
So true. Sarah, looking at your job overall, would you say you enjoy it?
I do. It's tiring. Standing on your feet all day and talking is exhausting. But when a student finally understands a difficult grammar point, or when they pass a big exam, it's so rewarding.
Rewarding. That means it gives you a sense of satisfaction and value.
Exactly. What about you? Do you like being a client success manager?
I do. It has its tough moments, like when a client is angry and yelling at me. That's never fun. But I like solving puzzles. When I fix a problem and the client says, "Tom, you saved the day," that feels really good.
Every job has ups and downs. The key is finding a routine that works for you.
Absolutely. Well, we have used a lot of great vocabulary words today. I think we should do a quick recap for our listeners.
Great idea. Let's review the work vocabulary list.
First, we had colleague. Definition: a person you work with. Example: I went to lunch with my colleagues.
Next was 9 to 5. Definition: a standard full-time work schedule. Example: she is tired of her 9 to 5 job. She wants to be an artist.
Then we had prioritize. Definition: to treat something as more important than other things. Example: I need to prioritize this urgent report.
We also mentioned deadline. Definition: the final time by which a task must be finished. Example: we missed the deadline and the boss was angry.
And of course, commute. Definition: the travel between your home and your workplace. Example: my commute takes 1 hour by train.
And finally, rewarding. Definition: providing satisfaction, feeling like you did something good. Example: helping people is a very rewarding job.
That is a solid list. If you can use these words, you can describe almost any job in English.
And that brings us to the end of our discussion, but we are not finished yet. We want to hear from you.
Yes, it's time for the question of the day. We have 2 options for you in the comments section.
Option 1, if you have a job, tell us what is the most difficult part of your day. Is it the commute, the meetings, the emails?
Option 2, if you are a student or looking for work, tell us what is your dream job. If you could do anything in the world, what would it be?
Please write your answers in English. Don't worry about making grammar mistakes. We love reading your stories and we try to reply to as many as we can.
Also, if you enjoyed this longer episode, let us know. We are trying to make more in-depth content for you.
Thank you so much for spending 25 minutes of your day with us. We know time is precious, so we appreciate it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next conversation.
Have a productive week, a smooth commute, and a relaxing weekend when it finally arrives.
See you next time on Clarity English Studio.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.